What's going on YouTube? Logan Prater here, back for another collection update video. It's been a little bit while longer than I would have liked. In between my last video and making this one and putting this one out, I didn't plan on it being like that, but life got in the way with school and stuff. So hopefully, it doesn't get in the way too much, and I can keep getting these out regularly. But yeah, this is just another collection update. This one's going to be a little quick one. Um, just some stuff I bought with some Christmas money, I guess. Um, and so yeah, I've got I think six items to show you today. So let's just jump right into it. This first one is an album that was recommended to me. Well, I actually saw it show. It was shown in one of Brian Arkham's videos, um, and I commented on it, and I was like, "This definitely sounds like some stuff that would be up my alley." And he commented back and said that out of all the stuff in the video, to definitely check this one out, and that Hell's Headbangers still actually had a few copies, and that album was uh, gutted with Bleed for Us to Live. Um, this was a reissue off of Repulsive Echo. Comes with the Obi strip here. This album originally came out in 1994. Yeah, I'm super glad that that I checked this out, man. I mean, this is kind of I mean, it's just basically, some old school early 90s death metal. They're not reinventing the wheel here, but it's really fucking good. Um I mean, yeah, I'm glad Brian showed this, and I'm glad I figured or found out about it, cuz I really fucking dig it. And so yeah, I ordered this off Hell's Headbangers. I don't know. I don't think they have any more copies left, but it's you could go check and see if they do, but yeah, gutted with Bleed for Us to Live. Just some awesome, you know, old school death metal. Check it out. Moving on, this one was also I ordered from in the same order as the gutted, um, and I just because I wanted to not just order that CD. Plus, I needed at least I need an album from this band in my collection, and that band is Nunslaughter, and this is their most recent full length Angelic Dread. This one came out in 2014. I've been a fan of Nunslaughter for I guess close to about a year and a half now. Ever since I saw them live at the Mass Destruction Fest down in Atlanta with Nile and whoever. Oh fuck. I can't think of the name of the band. It was Pete Sandoval's other band uh, that he was in. But yeah, Nunslaughter stole the show, and I've been a fan ever since. And I bought a shirt from that show. I think I've worn it in one of the videos. But yeah, I didn't have anything from them in my collection, and I just really, I needed to fix that, and so that's what I did. Yeah, this is their most recent one. You know what you're gonna get with Nunslaughter. It's just no bullshit, straightforward kind of I would almost say simplistic kind of death metal, but it's still really good, and you guys know Nunslaughter, they're fucking awesome. So yeah, Nunslaughter with Angelic Dread. Check it out if you have not. Um, okay, moving on. So this next band, is one that it's another one of those bands that if you've been paying attention in the last couple videos, I've been really kind of knocking out their discography. I think one of my collection updates, like uh, I'd kind of let the new pickups kind of pile up. So I made like 3 trips to the record store and just just bought a bunch of stuff from this band, and it was like ended up taking up like half of a collection update there at the end. But yeah, if you watch that, you might know who this is, and it's a band that I've really just been obsessed with, kind of like Blind Guardian for the past couple months, and that's Dream Theater. And this is their album, Train of Thought. This one came out in 2003, and this is probably, actually not probably, it is their heaviest album. Um, this one I would say is like it's the Dream Theater album for people who aren't fans of Dream Theater, because I know a big complaint about Dream Theater is, they just they play a million notes a minute, and then all the wanking going on, and that it's people just aren't into that. Well, I mean, this album is really, there's not a whole lot of that. I would say if you're not really into Dream Theater because of the whole all the wankery going on, I would recommend giving this one a shot, because this one is just kind of, of course it's still proggy, but it's just kind of straightforward, really heavy sounding, you know, metal, and it's really good. It's one of my favorite Dream Theater albums. Um, there's the back, uh, and yeah, it's just awesome beginning to finish. There's not a bad song on here. It's probably, it's like I said, it's one of my favorites. Probably top three for me on any given day. It might even be my favorite Dream Theater. Um, but yeah, I mean, As I Am, Honor Thy Father, Stream of Consciousness, the instrumental, might even be the best song on this album. In the Name of God, of course, that one's just fucking amazing. The album closer, but yeah, there's not a dud on here. And if you're a Dream Theater fan, you know this one. But yeah, and if not, I would still recommend giving this one a shot, because it's pretty accessible to non Dream Theater fans, and really people who aren't even really into prog. I would say they'll probably dig this one. Dream Theater with Train of Thought. Check it out. Moving on, these last three are all from the same artist, and so I did the top 10 Aussie list with Disheveled by Dawn a couple weeks ago, and during that stream we went ahead and just planned the next list video, and it's for Valentine's Day weekend. It's going to be like the Valentine's Day the special, and the artist we're doing it on is Alice Cooper. So I figured that what better excuse than to pick up some Alice Cooper stuff, because I think I only had um, the most recent Alice Cooper album, actually, Paranormal, and he's actually putting out another one this year, his 28th album, Detroit Stories. But anyways, so yeah, I only had the Paranormal album, and I was like, I need more in my collection. And like I said, what better excuse? I'm making this list, so what better excuse to pick up some? And I started with a classic, Welcome to My Nightmare, 1975. If you're a fan of, you know, 70s rock, hard rock, shock rock in general, this is mandatory, I would say. This album is classic. It's one of his best. It might be my favorite Alice Cooper album, if not its second, for sure. Um, but yeah, this was his first album as a solo artist after the Alice Cooper band kind of imploded, and yeah, they all went their separate ways. He continued on using the Alice Cooper. Well, it was more Alice Cooper the person rather than the band, so he didn't carry on with the name, but he changed his name to Alice Cooper and then started a solo act. You know, well, whatever. It's weird. It's kind of complicated, the early history of the band and him as just his musical career. Anyways, um, I feel myself rambling, but yeah, this one is definitely one of his best albums, and a must listen if you're into any sort of rock in general. But it's probably his most focused solo album, and really Alice Cooper album in general. It's just so good. I mean, the title track, Devil's Food, that goes into Black Widow. I kind of consider those two um, one song. Only Women Bleed, everybody knows that one. Department of Youth, Cold Ethel, and then the last 4 tracks, which again they kind of run together for me, is like one big long 10-minute epic song. Years Ago, Stephen, The Awakening, and Escape. I mean, I basically just named almost the whole album. Um, I mean, yeah, it is absolutely mandatory listening, in my opinion. If you're into rock music at all, especially 70s rock music, yeah, Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare. I'm sure you know it, but if not, pause this video right now and check it out. Like I said, these all are going to be Alice Cooper albums that I'm going to show, and this one um, is, I guess this would be his kind of comeback album after he got after he got sober uh, in the mid '80s, and that is Constrictor. But yeah, this one came out in 1986. Now I put kind of air quotes around saying comeback because this one's kind of weird for me. Like, in one way, there's some great stuff on here, and it's much more focused than anything he had done. Before maybe the last 3 or 4 before this, when he got into the more new wavy experimental kind of stuff, the weird stuff with like Da Da and Zipper Catch a Skin, Special Forces. It's a lot more focused of an effort, and it's got a lot more of an edge than anything that on those albums that I mentioned. But on the other hand, this album is still, while better than those albums, it's still kind of hit or miss for me. Like I would say there's 10 tracks, 6 of them are really good, you know, and the rest is okay. I mean, nothing's bad on here, but yeah. I mean, of course, Teenage Frankenstein's good. Thrill My Gorilla, Life and Death of the Party, um, Trick Bag is catchy and awesome. He's Back, The Man Behind the Mask, the theme song for Friday the 13th, Part 6, I think it was. That's probably the best song on the album, and it's like all synth. There's no guitar in it, I don't think. Maybe the solo is electric guitar, but yeah, the rest is just kind of like filler. It's not bad, and it's not even unlistenable. It's not unlistenable. I can still stomach the rest of this album. It's just not, I wouldn't call this a comeback album for Alice. What I would call the comeback album for Alice would be the next one, Raise Your Fist and Yell, because that album fucking rules. And yeah, I need a copy of that one. I really need a copy of that one because uh, that one's probably between Welcome to My Nightmare and that one for my favorite Alice record. But yeah, this one's still really good and worth checking out. But yeah, Alice Cooper with Constrictor. And finally, again, another Alice Cooper album, but this one is kind of special because well, you'll know why I didn't uh, uh, buy this form of music in a video coming very soon. Um, but yeah, this is my first vinyl purchase for myself. Actually, I've bought vinyl before for other people as presents, but I've never bought any for myself. And now, well, you'll find out in a future video coming out very soon why that's the case. But yeah, we've got From the Inside album from Alice Cooper from 1978. This one was so a little history on this album. Alice, um, you know, he's known as he was really bad into drugs and drinking and all that. During the height of his career, and after the Lace and Whiskey album cycle, he actually was kind of forced by his wife and manager and what have you to get clean, and they put him I don't know exactly where they put him. I think it was rehab, but some people say they put him in like a loony bin, and so basically he comes out and he's sober, and he writes this album, and he writes it as a concept album about his time in the asylum or whatever it was, and each song is about a different person that he encountered uh, in the facility. And so yeah, this one is it's one of my favorite Alice records. It's a really underrated Alice album, and I don't think a lot of people really talk about it too much. And I really like it. It's one of my favorites from him. But yeah, just From the Inside is awesome. The Quiet Room. Those two are two of my favorite Alice songs right there. Nurse Rosetta, Millie and Billy. For Veronica's Sake is fun. It's about a guy that's saying he's got to get out of here because he left his dog in the crate, so he's got to go let Veronica out. So for Veronica's sake, I got to get out of here. That's the chorus of the song. But anyways, this album's actually really cool. So the packaging. So you open it. Let's see if I can manage this. So you open it like that. There's the asylum, and if you see right here, this door says the quiet room, and you open it, and there's Alice in there. And then I'll have to take the record out as well to show the rest of the packaging. Um, so you take the record out, and then it's got on the back too. It's got the back doors, and if you open it, it's Alice, and I don't know if you can see that, but it says clear, or what does it say? Released on the paper, so they're all getting released from the asylum. So yeah, just really cool packaging on this album, and I'm really happy to own this. But and then you've got the color of the album. Really, it goes right along with the cover. It's like translucent, kind of greenish blue, and you can't see it on here, but it's kind of got some marbling in there as well. But yeah, I mean, if you're just kind of a fair weather Alice fan and you've probably only checked out the hits or the big albums, give give this one a shot. Definitely give this one a shot. Alice Cooper, From the Inside. Check it out. I'd say you'll dig it if you're a fan of Alice and you've not checked it out. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Just feel free to comment. Let's start a conversation about these albums in the comments. Yeah, thanks for watching, and stay safe and healthy, and keep it metal, guys. See ya.